Right now, thousands of brand new zero-turn mowers are literally baking on dealer lots across this country, and not a single soul is buying them. Dealers are panicking, prices are quietly getting slashed, and the brands behind these machines, they are sweating. But here is what is even wilder. These are not cheap bottom-shelf throwaway mowers. We are talking $3,000, $4,000, some pushing $5,000 machines that launched with real hype and today cannot find a buyer. They are not just sitting, they are rotting. So what went wrong? Why are serious, experienced buyers walking straight past these things like they do not even exist? And most importantly, is one of these mowers already on your shortlist right now? Because if it is, you need to hear what I'm about to say before you hand over a single dollar. I spent weeks digging through dealer inventory, talking to people inside this industry who do not usually speak this openly, and what I found is going to completely change the way you look at the zero-turn market in 2026. Let's get into it. Walk into any outdoor power equipment dealer this summer, and you will find the same scene playing out in slow motion. A brand new Troy-built Mustang Z42, still wearing its sticker, still sitting exactly where the delivery truck left it, while customers glance at it and keep walking. Brand new, unbought, unwanted. In 2026, the American homeowner is more informed than they have ever been, and what they know about this machine is precisely why it is rotting on that lot instead of cutting grass. Troy-built was born in 1937 in Troy, New York, building garden tillers that genuinely earned generational trust from American homeowners. That trust is real, and it was deserved. But MTD Products acquired the brand and folded it into a family of labels: Cub Cadet, Yard Machines, and others, all sharing the same platforms and components under different badges at different price points. In 2026, that is not a secret anymore. Reddit knows it, YouTube knows it. The mowing forums have documented it for years. The homeowner who used to buy the Mustang name on faith is now buying the competitor offering fabricated steel and a real drivetrain at the same price point. And the Mustang Z42 is standing on that dealer lot, paying for every year the industry assumed nobody was watching. Now the specs and why they are losing the argument in 2026. A 42-inch stamped steel deck, when competing machines at the exact same price are running 48-inch fabricated units. A 22-horsepower Briggs & Stratton engine on dual hydro gear EZT transmissions that the mowing community has documented extensively for wearing out under sustained residential use inside 2 to 3 seasons. A fuel tank holding 2.4 gallons, meaning any mid-size lawn requires a full stop to refuel. Cutting height adjusts from 1.5 inches to 4 inches. Top speed sits around 6.5 miles per hour. Retail price in 2026 is running right around $2,299 to $2,699 at Home Depot, Lowe's, and Tractor Supply, up from prior years with zero corresponding improvement in the components that actually matter. That price increase in 2026 is the final nail. The outdoor power equipment market has gotten brutally competitive at this price tier. Brands with fabricated decks and commercial adjacent transaxles are fighting hard for the exact same buyer the Mustang Z42 is targeting, and they are winning because they offer more machine for the money. The EZT transmission story is fully public. The stamped deck story is fully public. The MTD platform sharing story is fully public. Walk back into that dealer lot right now. The Mustang Z42 is still there. Same sticker, same stamped deck, same EZT drivetrain that informed buyers have already learned to walk away from. Brand new and completely unwanted. The market moved on and left it standing exactly where it started. In 2026, that is not a sales problem. That is a product problem that no brand heritage, no big box floor placement, and no Troy-built tiller nostalgia is going to fix. Moving in at number 2 is the John Deere Z315E, a mower that still grabs attention with its famous green and yellow badge, but in 2026 more buyers are looking past the paint and starting to question whether the machine underneath truly justifies the premium attached to the name. John Deere. The man was a Vermont blacksmith who built the first self-scouring steel plow in 1837 and genuinely transformed American farming. That story built one of the most powerful brand names in this country's history. For nearly 2 centuries, that name has been doing work the residential mower lineup has not always deserved. The Z315E is the most visible proof of that gap in 2026. An entry-level zero-turn wearing a premium badge and charging you for a reputation it never earned in this product category. Now here is where the John Deere Z315E starts losing people once the badge stops doing the talking. At nearly $3,000, buyers are getting a 42-inch stamped deck, while competitors in the same price range are already offering larger fabricated steel setups built for harder long-term use. Underneath, the Z315E rides on consumer-grade Hydrogear EZT transmissions paired with a 20-horsepower engine, perfectly capable for light residential mowing, but not the kind of drivetrain that feels overbuilt once the property gets larger, rougher, or more demanding over time. Top speed reaches 6.5 miles per hour, the fuel tank is smaller than many competitors in this class, and the overall package starts feeling less like a premium machine and more like a mower, heavily relying on the strength of the John Deere name to justify the price attached to it. For under $3,000, brands without the green tax are running 48-inch fabricated decks and commercial-adjacent transaxles the Z315E cannot match on any line of the spec sheet. The green tax at this entry tier adds $500 to $800 over comparable competitors for objectively inferior components. The EZT transmission compounds every other problem. Documented across owner threads, long-term review roundups, and dealer service bays for wearing out inside 2 to 3 seasons of regular residential use, on a machine asking nearly $3,000. That is not an edge case. That is a pattern. And when service is needed, John Deere dealer parts pricing hits again. A blade, a belt, a filter, everything at a green and yellow parts counter costs a premium the competition cannot come close to matching. This machine charges you on the way in and charges you every single time it needs attention afterward. John Deere makes genuinely excellent commercial zero turns, the Z700M, the Z900M, machines that earn every dollar they ask for. The Z315E shares their badge and none of their engineering. Brand new and sitting completely unsold in 2026, it is the most expensive proof that a legendary name and a legitimate machine are not always the same thing. Positioned at number 3 is the Cub Cadet Ultima Z T142, a mower sitting on dealer lots and home improvement store floors across the country as buyers walk past it in 2026, not because they do not recognize the name, but because once they look deeper into what the machine actually offers for the price, the excitement disappears fast. Let's start with who actually makes it. Cub Cadet sounds like an American icon, and it used to be. But today it is owned by MTD, which was acquired by Stanley Black & Decker in 2021. The same corporate parent that owns Troy Built, Craftsman, and Yard Machines. Every one of those brands used to mean something on its own. Now they share the same corporate DNA, the same cost-cutting decisions, and the same Home Depot floor space. When a single conglomerate owns every brand in the aisle, competition disappears, and quality follows right behind it. Now the machine and where the sticker price stops making sense. The Ultima Z T142 runs a 21.5 horsepower, 726 cubic centimeter Kawasaki FR 651V twin-cylinder engine. The deck measures 42 inches. And this is where it genuinely stings. The ZT142 is the only model in the entire Ultima series that ships with a stamped steel deck. Every other Ultima comes with a fabricated unit. At a $3,429, you are paying near top dollar for the cheapest built deck in the entire lineup. The transmission is a Hydrogear EZ-T2200, the lowest grade transaxle Hydrogear manufactures, topping out at 7 miles per hour forward and 3.5 in reverse. The fuel tank holds 3 gallons, and there is no hour meter on the seat, which means managing your warranty intervals becomes pure guesswork on a machine where the warranty itself already has teeth. Now here is where it gets genuinely shocking. Real buyers on Home Depot's own website reported receiving brand new units with dead batteries that would not start, and when one customer checked the floor, 4 other ZT142s on the same shelf had the identical problem. An owner with fewer than 8 hours on the machine watched the drive belt spring disconnect from the frame repeatedly, and Cub Cadet's warranty department responded by stating parts carry only a 30-day warranty. A verified owner on Consumer Affairs called it completely unusable after 2 seasons and said customer service was non-existent. Buyers have even reported receiving visibly damaged units with rusted blades and clearance stickers, marked down over $1,000, sold as brand new purchases. A $3,000 mower with a stamped deck, entry-level Hydrogear transmissions, minimal warranty coverage, and growing complaints about long-term value, the Cub Cadet Ultima ZT142 has become a machine many buyers are walking away from in 2026, proving that brand recognition alone is no longer enough to hide the gap between premium pricing and budget-level hardware. Moving in at number 4 is the Country Clipper JZ, a mower one dealer admitted had been sitting untouched on his showroom floor for 4 months as buyers climbed on, researched it, and walked away, perfectly capturing what is happening across rural America in 2026, where this little-known machine is quietly rotting on dealer lots because it simply cannot survive the modern research phase once homeowners start digging deeper online. Country Clipper has been building zero-turn mowers since 1986, and the JZ absolutely has features that sound impressive on paper. The fabricated steel deck feels substantially more serious than the stamped setups many competitors rely on. The heavy spindle assemblies are built for real durability, and the standout flip-up deck design is genuinely smart, letting you access blades and clean the underside in seconds without crawling across the garage floor. On the surface, it looks like the kind of mower that should be getting far more attention than it does. Hydrogear drive systems, multiple deck sizes, and pricing that pushes well into premium residential territory all suggest a machine aiming much higher than entry-level equipment. The engine is the first red flag. The JZ runs a 24-horsepower Kohler Courage, the lower-tier residential engine in Kohler's lineup, not the Command or Confidant series that serious buyers specifically ask for. Documented reliability concerns around the Courage series have been circulating in owner communities for years. Putting that engine in a machine asking $4,000 to $5,000 raises an immediate question about exactly where the cost decisions were made. Then there is the joystick. Country Clipper calls it revolutionary. Real-world buyers call it twitchy, disorienting, and nothing like any zero-turn they have ever operated. One experienced owner reported that after half a day on it, it still felt completely wrong. Dealers who dropped the brand have gone on record saying the joystick confused enough customers that they walked straight to the Husqvarna or John Deere next door. The dealer network turns every other problem into a wall. Country Clipper actually runs a dealer availability page on its own website, acknowledging that local dealers may be unreachable and directing buyers to contact territory reps by email. When your own company website warns customers that your dealer might be unavailable, that is not a support network. The used market confirms what the new market is already saying. Used JZs surfacing for as low as $1,500 to $2,700. A depreciation rate that tells you exactly what resale reality looks like for a brand this invisible. Real owners have documented uneven cutting that cannot be corrected due to the flip deck's limited adjustment range. Former dealers have publicly stated the JZ carried durability problems serious enough to make them drop the line entirely. Positioned at number 5 is the Dixie Chopper. For decades, Dixie Chopper ran one of the boldest marketing claims in the entire outdoor power equipment world: the world's fastest lawn mower. Screaming speed, commercial muscle, and a reputation built on the properties and fields of the American South. In 2026, that same machine, the Dixie Chopper Classic, is sitting brand new on dealer lots. Dixie Chopper was born in 1980 in Coatesville, Indiana. Art Evans built the company around pure commercial performance, zero turns engineered for professionals who needed speed and machines that handled daily punishment without flinching. Through the 1990s and into the 2000s, Dixie Chopper earned genuine respect in the commercial mowing world. That reputation was completely real. But the outdoor power equipment market moved fast, and Dixie Chopper's ownership changes, financial challenges, and shrinking dealer footprint left them in a position that the world's fastest tagline alone cannot fix anymore. Now the machine itself. The Classic runs a commercial-grade engine in the 24 to 27 horsepower range, a fabricated steel deck in cutting widths from 50 to 60 inches, and ground speeds that still benchmark near the top of the market. Retail pricing runs right around $6,000 to $9,000 depending on configuration. Because calling your machine the Classic in 2026 is not heritage marketing. It is an admission that the design has not kept up with where the market went. The buyer today wants modern engineering, real dealer accessibility, a parts network they can actually reach without a phone call to a territory rep, and a brand they can research in 20 minutes and feel confident spending their money on. Dixie Chopper clears none of those bars at scale. The dealer network is genuinely thin. Parts availability outside of authorized dealers is a documented pain point in owner communities nationwide. And the brand's financial history, the ownership changes and restructuring that the mowing community has fully documented online, creates a long-term support question that most buyers are not willing to bet $6,000 to $9,000 on in 2026. The brand that made competitors genuinely nervous in the 1990s is now watching buyers scroll straight past its listings and land on machines from Spartan, Big Dog, and Gravely. Brands offering fabricated decks, comparable power, real dealer networks, and lower prices without the ownership uncertainty. Heritage does not win that comparison. The Classic name loses it before the spec sheet even finishes loading. You have just watched the video the mower industry did not want you to find. And if you're anywhere near a zero-turn purchase right now, what you just learned is worth every dollar you did not spend on one of those machines today. If content like this belongs in your feed permanently, subscribe right now because this list is far from finished. More machines are coming, and you need to know what they are before you see them on a dealer floor. Hit the like button because it helps put this video in front of buyers who are about to make the same mistake this weekend. Drop a comment and tell me which machine almost got you or which one should be next on this list. I read every single one. And if someone you know is shopping for a zero turn right now, send this to them immediately. One share could genuinely save them a serious amount of money this year.